Hello, and welcome to the Happy Holidays edition of Chronoscapes of the Multiverses. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about this book. It's in hardback. It's only available for a limited time, and this book actually features some of my writing. And currently, there's a new book underway for the current year. Um, and the project is called Fantasy Advent Calendar 2023, and you have the opportunity to, if you back the project, to submit your writing each day, role playing a character. You can do other comments and stuff too. I wanted to talk though about my own participation in this project last year. So this would have been the 2022 Advent Calendar project. And essentially, the Advent Calendar is about, this particular one is about content for role playing games. And just to give you an idea how it's laid out, it's an oversized book. And again, this is a limited edition hardback. There's probably less than a dozen copies left in hardback, so if you want one, you're going to probably want to get it sometime soon. And you can get it right now through the Kickstarter for the current year. So, in this project, on each page, there is a prompt that this was live last December, and each day, participants in the project were able to vote on a choice. So, as you can see down here, to visit the graveyard of the Moonkist, turn to 2A. To visit Dragon's Tomb, turn to 2B. And during the project, as it was funding, players would vote on these, and the one that was most popular would be the one that would be released the next day. So for this particular example, the content that was produced the next day and released to backers was Graveyard of the Moonkist. Everybody was really interested in that. So here you can see that particular content here, and it talks about a special graveyard where lycanthropes rise once a year and they can meet with their living relatives. So it's a kind of a pretty cool idea, and there's lots of great ideas like this in the book. And of course, you can put them in your own role playing stories. And here you can see, once again, on that day, there was another choice to make. Did you want to travel on by sea or by land? And that would have its own set of choices. So if we move on here, this was the one, let's see, which one was this? This was traveling by, this is actually still the previous choice. So this was, had we not gone to the graveyard of the Moonkist, we would have gone to the Dragon's Tomb. So there you see here that you can get the edition that has both choices for each day. So it's like extra content. This would all be released on December 25th, Christmas Day. That's when the project would end. Actually, I don't think it came out right that day. That was the last day of making choices. You'd get a special treat on the holiday. And so this is how the book is laid out, and this is how this year is going as well. What happened last year was I was really excited to try to promote role playing, and because I had the opportunity to work with Abel Enzo in the game called the Iron Realm, and as a shout out to him, in his game he has a mechanic called Character 8 for his podcast, where you can role play a character. You can basically put yourself in the story. And that really inspired me because I saw the potential that you could do that for anything, like literally any book, any movie, anything. You could go and put yourself in a music album if you wanted to and live out whatever sort of fantasy you wanted, and you could write about it. And so that's what I did when I kind of saw this project. I said, wow, I would really like to see what I could do with it. Creating a character from scratch, reacting each day to content, and that's what I did for this project. And I actually inspired a lot of other people to start submitting writing to the project. And so this year, Stephen's going to go even bigger. Stephen Hart is the writer. You can see his name there, Stephen Hart. And he's decided to illustrate our content as well. So if you have an interest in writing and you want to see yourself in print, this is a great opportunity to do that. For me, I don't get any money if you went and bought this hardback or you go and buy it in digital or anything. For me, it's more about legacy. I'm going to be turning 50 next year. I would like to see some of this stuff be shared beyond, when I'm here. And this is a way to do that. There's a guy named Marshall Silver who had said, do what you love and the money will follow. Maybe that'll be the case for me. Maybe I'll be like, someone like H.P. Lovecraft and get published beyond when I'm here. If so, I better hurry up and get a lot of writing done because he died at 47 and I'm, again, going to turn 50. So anyway, things like this have inspired me to write. Now here is where the submissions started from the people that were participating. And you're going to see that I'm featured quite a bit in this back section with this character that I created called Melvin Lentilla. And this year, this section is going to be illustrated for the upcoming writing. And I've already submitted my first day, so if you do back the project, you can read me and the comment on the update. You actually have to comment on the update if you want to submit your writing there. There's a general comment section. I almost submitted it there yesterday, so just so you know how that works. And just to give you an idea of my writing in this, let's see if I can find a good idea of something I wrote. So we have that. And I think we're going to go with this one maybe. Sure, let's go with this. So I'm going to just read this aloud to you. This was some of the writing that I submitted. I thought this was a fun section. So, dear diary, if ever there were another threat to the city of Lindinia, it would have to be like the one that Lord Saba had commanded forth from Underhelm to challenge the likes of the assemblage that stood on the bank, listening to Mystique talk about her affinity with the water kraken. Along with Zhang Min, Katia was with us. There were also a couple with whom Maeve had hit it off before we had finished up breakfast at the Broken Egg, probably one of the best breakfast places where I had ever eaten. I learned from Rudis, a Minotaur, that he ate there pretty much every day. As for myself, I had never eaten a 6-egg omelet before, but when you stuff it full of sausage meats, melted cheeses, scallions, mushrooms, and so much more, it doesn't have to be accompanied by anything more than bread and small beer to keep one masticating until the plate is empty. Angels, ye say? Ruta's dark-haired lady friend Abrina asked when Mystique had mentioned them to the crowd. What use have we for angels? The druidess focused on the woman and paused a moment to study her before replying. It's only my suggestion of another mythical creature that you might be interested in seeing while in Lindinia. I find them to be very beautiful to look upon myself. Graceful, elegant, supernal. I'm not even going to pretend that I know what supernal means, milady. Melvin, you're like a walking, talking book. What does spurn ale mean? They don't drink, or... It means that looking at one, you'll be thinking of the sky. I can just look up and do that. Well, you'll be thinking of a certain sort of sky, maybe how it looks just before sunset, when the light gets all golden. Oh, that does sound nice, doesn't it, Rudis? The Minotaur belched so loudly that everyone in the crowd turned their heads, all surprised, and not a few disgusted. It was I was more amused by the druidess' reaction. She just smiled. I just can't take you anywhere, can I, Rudis? Abrinus asked. I wasn't. I would expect you to be used to this by now, the Minotaur said. I noticed that he winked his one good eye at Mystique, and she blushed. He seemed even more satisfied by this and stroked his horns in an offhanded manner. How can anyone get used to that? Asked Abrina. She shook her head. She looked at us, or as she looked at us. I advise that you don't do that when the angels see you, strong Rudis, Mystique said to him. You would be likely to offend them. See, Abrina, Rudis asked. I better get it all out now. I think that will keep you in the back when we go, Rudis, Abrina replied. We wouldn't want an angel to see someone more proud than they more proud than they. I'm having eye problems, just so you know. I'm like having trouble reading here because my eyes are stinging. Every day I have to take care of my eyes, and it's a process that takes about half an hour. And I didn't do it today because I wanted to film this right when I got up. So let me clear my eyes a moment here of the watering that they're doing, and then I'll continue. Okay, here we go. I think that will keep you in the back when we go, Rudis, Abrina replied. We wouldn't want an angel to see someone more proud than they over their nature. The angel of the rocks might be our best choice, I said. Then they can at least fly off if Rudis ruffles their feathers. I can help you out, Big Rudis, Mystique said. If you can find some fennel seeds in the market on your way and chew those, it will help you digest whatever you just ate. We had better get you a lot, Abrina said. Fennel seeds, are they good? Rudis asked. I think that you'll like them, Mystique said. She reached out and touched his arm. And whenever you eat them, you will be reminded of me. So this was a section that I had submitted, and then Stephen, SH is his initials, he responded with, some dialogue back about what happened then. And so it was a fun opportunity to participate in this. And, this back section was not edited. I can tell you that right now because I can see here in this particular paragraph that my comment of my character, Melvin Latia, is not broken off from the following comment of this character, Mystique. So, who knows? I don't know. Maybe he'll edit this section this year. He definitely wants to go bigger with it. But that's just an example of, my writing for this. So if you'd like to have me in writing, this is a great opportunity. It's a hardback. It's only hardback I've been published in. And again, none of the proceeds go to me. But you'll be supporting this publisher, The Grinning Frog, who puts out a magazine called The Oracle that releases content like this every month. And, I'll participate this year, so there might be another chance to read me. I just wanted to share this one with you today. And again, I want to wish you happy holidays and thank you for watching this video. Bye.